Hi everyone, it's Bear in my backyard purposefully to demonstrate the crazy wind we're having here in Queensland at the moment. If you can hear that or feel it, it is quite amazing. And also to tell you that I found a video of mine that I recorded on New Year's Day, so only a week and a half or so ago, where I'm riffing on setting your goals. Now I've already done a video about setting my own goals for 2020. If you're still struggling to set your goals for 2020, maybe this video will help you. I forgot it was there, so I apologise I haven't put it out there earlier, but I'm putting it out there now. If you're still struggling with your goals, check it out. There's a few ideas there for you. I hope it helps. Other than that, have a great day. Check out the rest of the video. See you again soon. Bye-bye.
Hello again everyone, Bear from Bear Reads Books. Welcome back to my channel. First day of 2020 again, same shirt, fourth video in a row. And this one's related to setting your 2020 reading goals. And I mentioned the stuff that I'm going to be participating in the 2020, in 2020. Some challenges, just some stuff that I want to cover off, some things I want to improve on. But really when you're setting goals for reading, read what you like, read what it makes you, read what keeps you having fun reading. Don't let it be a chore. So if you've chosen some reading goals that are really going to bog you down, you've chosen poorly. So read what is fun for you. If it's not fun, change, do something. Don't lock yourself into something and then feel like you're stuck. That's the key. Now, just a couple of ideas regarding that. I'm not participating in these things. The one reading challenge I'm going to do this year is the Reading Women Challenge, which is great. I'll put a link down below so you can print out the PDF if you wish, or the tracker. And it is fantastic. And there's a whole podcast devoted to discussing the books on that challenge as well. So I will put the link down below. There are tons of other reading challenges out there. Pick one that excites you, that keeps you feeling interested about the books on the list. One of them that I considered was the Popsugar 2020 Reading Challenge. I'm not a devotee of the Popsugar blog website, but their reading challenge is really interesting. There's some great boxes there to tick, you know. So I'll put a link down below for that. If reading challenges, structured reading challenges don't excite you, maybe pick a theme. Pick like a Reading Women theme and just go it yourself and just read women for a year. Read translated fiction for a year. Just pick a really broad theme and stick to it. I'm saying this because I've done it, and I'm just trying to remember the year, 2014, I decided to do a year of reading a single author chronologically from January through to December, from their first book to their last book. And the author I chose to do in 2014 was John Steinbeck. I don't know why I chose. I'm trying to remember my thought processes when I decided to do it. I just thought it was a good idea, and I remember locking in on Steinbeck because I had obviously read some of Steinbeck's books, but there was a whole bunch that I hadn't, and there was enough to fill a year. And at that time, I think it was 26, 27 is the full list of John Steinbeck books. And back then, 2014, that was a pretty full year for me. Now I'm reading 50 and 60, but 24 or 26, whatever it is, that was a pretty full year for me. So I decided on John Steinbeck because I already liked a couple of the books. Of course, everyone's read, or most people have read, Of Mice and Men, or The Grapes of Wrath, or a lot of other things. And I liked those books, and I remembered them fondly, even from reading them in high school. And then studying them a little bit in university and coming back to them as an adult. I'll put a link to the full list of John Steinbeck's works below. Here's one you may never have heard of. They're scattered all over the house, so I just grabbed one as I left the house. This one is Cup of Gold, The Life of Sir Henry Morgan, Buccaneer, which is with occasional reference to history. So it's like a semi-fictionalized account of Henry Morgan on this story called Cup of Gold. And it's really good. I mean, this entire list of John Steinbeck novels, I didn't find anything that I simply disliked. There were some that I thought, it's not his best work, but critically, when you look at things about whether they made you happy, about whether it was written well, about whether it engaged you, there wasn't a single one on the list where I thought, nah, completely missed the mark there. All of them had something great going for them. So when you're setting your challenges, if you wanted to focus in on something, choosing an author and carrying through with that author for the entire year is a great way to do that. I'm doing the Reading Women Challenge this year. I'm also doing Toni Morrison, her entire works over the course of the year, starting in January with a group that's happening. I already started last year, but I'm going to stop my progress there and then pick up again and go again. So really focusing in on something like Toni Morrison or Reading Women or a single author. If you were to choose an author yourself, and I've had to think about what other authors this idea would suit. John Steinbeck suits because it's a big bunch of books and they're all enjoyable. But you want to choose stuff in that vein. Like you want to choose an author that has a large amount of books, that you haven't heard of all of them, you've maybe read a couple and enjoyed them, and you just want to go and read all the rest. So do the research yourself, but there's obviously going to be a lot of books out there, or a lot of authors out there that you could do this for. If doing an entire author's collection of works does not ring your bell, then maybe a theme is better. So something like reading women, or reading translated fiction, or even reading fiction from a particular country. The last time I considered doing this, and I pulled out at the last minute, was a year of poetry. And I thought I was really excited about doing a year of poetry, and then I think it might have been 2016 or 2017, and I pulled out at the last minute, like January 1st. I thought, year of poetry, yay! January 2nd, no, I'm not doing that. So it was just a step too far. So, but if poetry's your thing, you want to learn about poetry, you want to be an enjoyer of poetry, an absorber of poetry, then by all means pick poetry. If you want to do a year of Shakespeare, that would be great. There are so many Shakespeare plays that you probably never heard of and never read. So that's the kind of thing you should be focusing in on, if that sounds like something you want to do. Or a year of non-fiction would be fascinating. It would be absolutely fascinating. Ditching fiction for a year. Don't know if I could do that. Steve Donahue could easily do it, but ditching fiction for a year and going and just reading non-fiction would be a fascinating year. So when you're setting your goals, pick something that you could be passionate about. You'd be surprised what you could be passionate about, but pick something that you could be passionate about. Give it a shot. If it doesn't work out, you've always got your good old fiction books that you know and love all the time to fall back on. These things don't have to be set in stone. You don't have to finish them. Yes, you're committing to doing something, but really, at the end of the day, they're just books. They're just books. If you don't enjoy it, you can put it down. If you don't enjoy it, you can change what you're doing. If it's not fun for you, make it fun. Do something else. But really, committing to something is fun. Committing to something like a reading challenge or an author's works is a really fun way to tackle a bunch of books over the course of the year. Hope that helps if you're looking to cement some challenges for yourself for 2020. I'll be back very soon. Enjoy the rest of your day, everyone. Talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.